Hey everybody, it's Gabrielle Harden and this is my study comparison video. So the first study that I looked at, the research problem, is looking at how maternal experiences in childhood and during pregnancy exert intergenerational effects on the HPA stress response of the infant. The second study that I'm going to be looking at today, the study looked at intergenerational transmission of the effects of trauma in adult offspring of Holocaust survivors. So the study design for the first study is a longitudinal study, and the second study design is descriptive cross-sectional study. The findings of the first study found actually and linked together that a mother's experience of witnessing IPV in childhood and her infant's HPA functioning, and it actually suggested that infants had elevated baseline cortisol at 1 month of age. The second study finding was that there was a reduction in the HSD2 activity and that it was evident 60 years after the exposure of the trauma of the Holocaust. So it was evident 60 years after that event. My assessment of these two studies, I believe that the first study is stronger than the second. I also think that it should encompass more than just the first month of age. I think that if the study evaluated the effects of maternal stress throughout a lifetime, the adulthood even, it would be a stronger study. And then my assessment of the second one, I think that it's such an important study to really look at. However, I do think that it is hard to evaluate trauma over a period of years and how that develops into adulthood. I think both of these studies are super beneficial into future research. I think the first study, if you could evaluate further into adulthood, that would be very beneficial into really validifying that maternal stress does contribute to the programming of a person's HPA system, and not just an infant, but an actual person's HPA system. And it also solidifies that women who experience trauma pass it to the child. And then the second study, I think if it was developed more, we could potentially look back historically and evaluate the trauma that we have caused on groups of people and respond accordingly and look at even the structure of our maternal health care system that we have in place today and make some changes as to the importance of trauma being passed from mother to baby and how we can make reparations for that. So this is my study comparison video, and thank you for listening.